Hi there. I want to talk about the difference between therapy and life coaching with the spiritual aspect. Therapy is wonderful because when we're struggling in life with something that we're not quite understanding ourselves, what's happening, especially if it's mental, um, talking with a therapist can help us understand ourselves better as far as our habits, our past. And there is a lot of talking about the past in therapy and then trying to bring up um, situations in our past so we can better understand how that affects how we're operating in today's world. However, after a while, therapy tends to stop helping because we're going back to these past wounds and traumas and we're revisiting them a lot. And there comes a point when it's just no longer serving us. And at that time, you may be feeling like disappointed because it's no longer serving you, but you still want help because you don't feel like you're fully healed or moving in the right direction quite yet. That's where a life coach comes in because especially with how I do my coaching, I have been through therapy before. So I know what it's like to reach that point and to be like, okay, now what? Now what? I know that I have anxiety or I know I'm struggling with depression. Yeah, I could take medication and put the band-aid on it. And sometimes it's helpful to take that medication if you need to. But at that point, we need to move forward. So how do we move forward? And that's when a life coach is helpful, especially one with a spiritual aspect, because you're treating the exterior part of the problem from what has happened to you from the outside and maybe, the energies that were stuck within you as well. So, life coaching is sitting down with the coach and virtually or in person, and they listen. And having someone listen to you about your goals and your disturbances, your upsets, and then reflecting back to you what you were saying in a loving, supportive way to where it helps you understand and it actually kind of sets off this this switch to where you start to just answer your own questions. You answer your own self in a way that you're tapping into your inner counsel, which is already inside of you. And we don't tell you what to do. We're just supporting you and we're kind of reflecting back to you what is being said. And with the spiritual aspect, we try to encourage you from that loving perspective of knowing that we know the truth of who we are and we want to kind of add that aspect into your reflection because that is ultimately the truth is this journey as a human is having all of these experiences, good and bad, that will kind of wake us up so that we can decide which next experience we want, how we're going to co-create our future. And everything is teaching us one way or another, whether it's a lesson or an experience that's going to carry us to something else that is beautiful and wonderful and good for us and take us in the right direction. The spiritual aspect of it is focusing more on the why, and it leads you back to your purpose, it leads you back to your truth, it leads you back to your heart so that you can find yourself again. You never went anywhere, you've always been there, but it's just kind of remembering who you were. And a lot of times it'll take you back to your childhood when you were free and innocent. And a lot of people find that in childhood they were this free, loving, happy child until certain things, certain experiences happened and kind of dimmed them a little. Not for everybody, but most people have something in their childhood that kind of dimmed their light a little bit. And then from there, they start their journey seeing the world through the eyes of all the conditioning that they've been through, that we've been through. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that so that anybody who found this video has a better understanding. What I like to do is bring the psychology and the spiritual aspect together and close the gap, bridge the gap together from the mind to the heart. And when those two are in alignment, healing happens faster, as well as the external, your life situation starts to change. And then you start to see some results in your life, some changes really happening. So if this interests you, I do have a website, and it's thebrilliantbutterfly.com. I'll link it down below. Please feel free to contact me, and I'd love to talk more to you. I offer a free discovery call for about 20 to 40 minutes, depending on your situation. And I love what I do, so please be in touch. Have a beautiful day.